Hi everybody, James sent me this video by Archaix here, Insane Evidence of Simulated Historical and Future Timelines. Well, that was quite an amazing video. What I've done is, first of all we're going to hear James, because obviously James sent me the video, and then we're going to hear a little bit of Archaix. It's very hard to stop recording because every word has something in it. It's obvious our history is wrong and has been made up for us, and this is a little bit explaining about how they did it. Obviously there is an hour and a half of this video. See, it says down there, hour and a half. So please go over to Archaix channel and watch the whole video of him breaking everything down. But let's hear James and then let's hear Archaix. Thank you very much for listening to this video. I'm sure you will find it very, very interesting.
Anyway, I'm glad you like those videos. The latest one I sent you from Archaix, I think that's about an hour and a half, but it is worth going through. Make a few notes. You could also download for free the Chronicon, which will give you the entire world history. But what this video specifically is about is how this 414-year cursed earth period was identified by various writers. Because the calendar has been totally manipulated. This AD calendar, it is, as the name suggests, it's added. It's the adversary, as it were. But the standard calendar was the Annus Mundi, taking 3895 BC as year 1. So we're actually in the year 5919 at the moment. And that will change around about March 21st to the 25th. Next year it becomes 5920. So you've also got this, it's the 414, and I forget, let me just scroll back, I should be able to find, because I did write it, yeah, 670. If you divide that by 5, you get 414. It's like, but all these events, like the period of the Roman Empire till between something and something else happening is 670 years, which it's the same time period for something else. So it just shows that we can't not be in a simulation for all this to mathematically work out so accurately. So it is worth sort of going through slowly and studying all that. And of course 414 is 3 times 138, which is the periodicity of the Phoenix cycle. So the last one was 1902. Now on that, Jason mentions it, I think it was 1899 BC was the date of the fall of Babel and the scattering of languages.
So the Anno Domini system of AD dates and BC dates going forward and backward in time cannot be accidental, but a part of the mathematical structuring of the construct, for it makes possible many of these cross-calendrical parallels. These examples mean there is intelligent design in the unfolding of historical events, or there was an intelligent mind that constructed the historical record, and events are programmed scenarios and not actual representations of true history. What we call physics constants are actually coded protocols that allow the simulacrum to operate in multiple dimensions simultaneously, while convincing us that a linear progression is always what we experience. For example, that events are sequential. But it's an illusion of causality, meaning the historical events are non-local phenomena imported onto our collective awareness. I'm gonna have to draw two conclusions. I'm gonna have to draw two conclusions from the matter. Either we are living inside some type of self-regulating aspect of God, so insular that everything happens in here won't cross-contaminate the outside reality. It is very quarantined. Or our entire history, the entire historical record, my 30 plus years of researching chronological materials, all the facts I've put in all my published books, everything in my huge, massive chronicon, everything in my 900 and something videos, all the amazing chronographical mysteries that I have revealed to you guys, that I have discovered, everything is a product of artificial intelligence. And that everything here is a part of AIX design to make everything more believable, so that souls passing through the construct would get lost in the details and therefore loop back into it, picking different timelines, thinking that they're free when they're not. When the actual way to escape this present experience is always within. That's my presentation, guys. This is another Archaix 4.0 humdinger. So I can't define for you what the interpretation of all this data means, because in the end, your interpretation defines your destination. For me, I know the answer. You have to come up with your own answer yourself. And if you're an errant, you'll come across the right one. There's no doubt.
This is a bit of Google Maps of Thatcham, the place where I live, and you can actually see the houses individually there. What it is me and Jimbo have booked a little trip to Morocco in I don't know, 6 weeks' time, I think. We come in at Marrakesh and then we're driving to that place there, which is on the sea. And I thought last night I'd get the maps out and Google Maps and just take a little bit of a deeper look. Oh, what do we see? Circuit Board City. This bit here is definitely older, almost looks Aztec-like. Yeah, look at that. That was something much older. So they kind of lied to us about electricity, saying that we only got it like ages ago. We obviously got it a lot longer ago, but I was very shocked to see Circuit Board City, because I've shown you a bit in America with the circle. I'm adding this bit. This is from a different video. This is from the last video. This is America, and I was so shocked because everything is in squares, in a square, in a square, in a square. It's all real estate, that's what I see. But when you see the patterns, I mean, some of those aren't so old. Obviously, those are keys down there and people live there on the water, but there is this same Circuit Board City, and look at that circle. What is that? That is quite amazing. It's down there by Florida, or on that bit there. Yeah. That's me trying to get to grips with Google Maps, because, oh yeah, see those? They've got plots ready for houses. There's no houses on them. Yeah, anyway, I was just looking over things. I think we stopped there. This video originally was made with Mickey, and he wanted to see what that, part triangle was, but look at that. Circuit Board City, or what? That's old. Some of it had houses on, it doesn't anymore. And there's another place there, look at that. It's a bit like the other one, sort of Aztec-y. These people were very clever. Amazing, just look at it. I find this quite fascinating. It just shows you that the old tech was here long time ago, and this is how they did the electrics. They knew what to do in those days. However long ago it is, it could be hundreds of years ago. Yes, but look at it all, Circuit Board City. And then that one was Houston, but it wasn't like, except for the squares. See the squares on there? It wasn't like the other place. And then, I mean, that is another town, very dense population, but not like Circuit Board City. And then me and Mickey, because I originally did this video with my Mickey. But you can see all these circles. I mean, are they arable? They must be, but there are loads. This is over Arizona. Look at them. What are they? There's so many of them. Some of them aren't being used and some of them are. I thought that was quite interesting. And there's a town there. Yeah, that little town in the middle of all those. Would you want to live there with all those circles around you? I am surrounded by circles. But it wasn't the only. So that's in Arizona. And then I move across a bit. And then I found hundreds more circles. Like, good God. Are we really needing that many circles to feed us? And that would be doing the Americans, not the world, really. Or maybe some of the fruit would be. But what are they if they're not agriculture? And you can see those ones are green, so obviously using those. And then you can see down here, they've left those ones. Those ones are redundant ones. Looks like a bomb's gone off, doesn't it? But look at them all. Just look at all those circles. Hundreds of miles of circles. Wow. I mean, obviously Google Maps isn't rendering quick enough, but they're all circles. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then I found some more. Oh, that one's Dodge City. So that tells you where that is. Look at all those circles. They're everywhere. And over there, they're all circles. What the hell is it? Oh my God. Anyway, we are going back to the other video now, but I put this in to show you that America is Circuit Board City. There's loads of places that are going to look just like this. Let's carry on with the video. Called it Circuit Board. And here we are in Morocco. I think we're looking at Marrakesh, and then we go back to the beach. And Marrakesh has Circuit Board City. These look quite old. Not all of it's as old as the circuit board, but the circuit board almost looks like Aztec. We're just waiting for, I think, I don't know if Google has rendered yet, or maybe it has. And I'm looking at it, but bits of it, I mean, look at it from the sky. Wow, and look, there's a circle there. Do you see that? Look at that. I like the circles. And I was just going through the map, because obviously to do the whole of Morocco would take quite a while, but I was interested once I found that, and I just went to a few places, and I think I can see it. And that looks it just looks very old, doesn't it? Look at that, then it suddenly just stops and then it becomes fields. This bit, oh, just dipped off it. This bit looks circuit board. Well, I think this all does look circuit board, but this doesn't. This is totally different. It's hard to believe how many houses are in there. Look at that. How many dwellings? A lot of dwellings. Anyway, I was just looking around, waiting for Google to render, looking at some of the shapes in the ground. I mean, those are quite Weird looking, aren't they? But in that bit there, you can definitely see there's a complete different setup. This bit over going out of view now. But then we do have these shapes, don't we? They're obviously houses and things, aren't they? But anyway, I was only looking around. This is Marrakesh. Look, that's so different. But there's a circle there. Look at that. I wonder what the circles mean. Maybe they've ruined that one, or was that and everything on and they've taken them off? I don't know. They do the strange things, don't they, the Raymonds? I'm not sure what that place is either. Did enjoy getting Google Maps out and looking, because obviously I found it all in America. A strange place there. Some strange shapes in the ground. Bit more circuit board, or maybe they're just modern apartment blocks. There's a bit, and maybe this bit up here, circuit board, or the remnants of circuit board. So I was just looking around. Obviously, when you zoom in, the map becomes absolutely enormous. You don't even know where you're going. Oh, there's an airport. Oh, that's the airport runway I'm coming in on. I mean, if that's the runway, it looks so small. That's a bit more circuit. Oh, look, the ground. Oh, it's not this. Board in there, especially that bit on the left. Yes. More circuit. The countryside, desert. It's hard to quite work the houses in Thatcham. Looking around this, we'll just go back to the sea side. Here we are back at the sea, and I think that has a bit of circuit board city. And this is how they worked out how to do it a long time. You can see everything's in computer inside it, but because even when I did it in America, we found board, but some of it wasn't. Definitely wasn't. Totally different. Obviously made a lot newer. And still waiting for Google Maps to render. But I think we're going to find this is circuit board here. Look, this is different, but this looks very old. Yeah, anyway, I found it very interesting doing this. And somewhere in here I will stick in the America, just a little bit of the American one. Strange shapes in the ground always, whatever they are. Apartment blocks. But they look old, don't they? A lot of it looks old. Obviously those are maybe more modern apartment blocks, but the grid is in there. That is so computer chip-like, but we've seen it in this map. I was very pleased. Look. And of course you've always got to wait for Google to upload. Rendering at the moment. There you go. Oh, there as well. Look at that. Another circle there. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed looking at the circuit board a bit. Crazy to me, that's old tech. That's it. It's down by this old tech. But thanks for watching your thought.